Welcome to Gerevest.AI in Wealth Management. Today with our regulatory expert Morgane from Gerevest in Geneva. What is going to be our topic in the following minutes?
In today's webinar, we cover the EU AI Act, what you need to know as a wealth manager in the EU or Switzerland, and why it matters.
Excellent. This is a great idea. I've been hearing people in the financial industry talking about it, about obligations, rules about fines. So what is it actually, the EU AI Act?
It is a regulation of the European Parliament, amending pre-existing regulations and directives on artificial intelligence. With a risk-based approach, specific rules for general-purpose AI models, and a comprehensive governance and enforcement framework.
Okay, how can I figure out if I need to do something? Who is affected by the EU AI Act?
It holds for providers who place AI systems or general-purpose AI models on the EU market, regardless of where they are established, for deployers of AI systems located within the EU, for providers and deployers outside the EU if the output produced by the AI system is used in the Union. Financial firms would often fall under deployers.
All right, understood. For example, if I'm a wealth manager located in the EU or a non-EU wealth manager but with EU clients or employees, the AI Act most likely applies. Well, are there exclusions?
Yes, pure scientific research, non-professional use, or companies without any touchpoint to the EU are currently not affected.
Okay. Is this already in place? Did I miss important deadlines or do I still have time? What is the timeline?
Some important milestones have already been in the past. Since February 2025, prohibited AI practices and AI literacy obligations became applicable. And in August 2025, governance rules and obligations for general-purpose AI, known as GPAI, models became applicable. The next important date will be in August 2026. By this date, full compliance is required for most provisions. In 2027, several secondary rules become applicable.
Okay, to summarize, the EU AI Act is already in force, with key deadlines approaching in August 2026, and firms located within the EU, having employees in the EU or serving EU clients must comply. By the way, what are the fines? I heard about penalties, for example, for prohibited AI practices.
Yes, penalties may be up to 35 million euro or 7% of annual turnover.
Wow. May I ask a very general question? Why is the EU doing this? What is the purpose of the AI Act?
The central purpose of the AI Act is to create a uniform legal framework for the development, marketing and use of AI systems in the EU. The aim is to promote the adoption of human-centric and trustworthy AI, with measures assuring transparency, fairness and accuracy, while ensuring a high level of protection for health, safety and fundamental rights, including democracy, the rule of law and environmental protection.
Understood. So how does it actually work?
Let's have a look at the core elements of the AI Act. High-risk system classification is critical. Your primary obligation is to determine if any AI systems you use are high risk. Prohibited AI practices must be avoided. The AI Act bans certain AI practices that are considered an unacceptable risk. Strict obligations for using high-risk AI. If you use a high-risk AI system, making your deployer, you must implement specific compliance measures. Transparency with clients. Firms using AI have transparency obligations to their customers. Providers and deployers of AI systems must take measures to ensure a sufficient level of AI literacy of their staff.
All right. Risk classification, transparency with clients, and AI literacy of staff. Let's start with the first point. How are AI systems classified under this risk-based approach?
Sure, the main classifications are unacceptable risk. Certain AI practices are considered to pose an unacceptable risk because they contradict union values and fundamental rights, these are outright prohibited. High-risk AI systems, these systems are permitted and are subject to strict mandatory requirements and obligations before they can be placed on the market or put into service. AI systems with limited risk, these systems have less comprehensive requirements, specific transparency rules apply. AI systems with no or minimal risk. For AI systems that do not fall into one of these categories, providers are encouraged to voluntarily apply requirements for a trustworthy AI by creating codes of conduct.
Okay, I assume the first thing we have to understand is, what are the prohibited practices? Can we have a closer look, please? Can you name examples of unacceptable AI practices?
Sure. Systems that manipulate a person's behavior in a harmful way. Systems that exploit the vulnerabilities of specific groups. AI for social scoring that leads to unfavorable treatment. And AI systems that are inferring emotions in the workplace. All of these are classified as unacceptable risk and are prohibited in the EU.
Alright, check, understood. We'll now all make sure not to build any of these examples of strictly prohibited AI tools within the EU or with EU clients. Recall the 35 million euro in fines, or 7% of annual turnover if you are a large company. Okay, let's move on. Most likely none of us is using a manipulative AI at the moment. But what about tools and systems that are maybe not harmful, but still impactful? I'm thinking of already existing or relatively new systems in the financial industry that use machine learning or generative AI techniques. Are they high risk or limited risk? What happens if they are high risk, and can you give us some areas of where this could apply?
Examples of high-risk systems can be found in human resources, risk assessment, credit assessment, or client-employee interaction.
Okay, this is really relevant for the financial industry. Companies really have to check which of their systems can be classified as high risk. And what about the next category? I heard that even if your system is not classified as high risk, you have to be transparent with your clients in some applications.
Yes, the transparency obligations of the AI Act include informing natural persons when they are interacting directly with an AI system or when AI-generated content is published.
Alright, even if some usage is not prohibited or high risk, we still have to be transparent about it. Interacting with clients and publishing content are clearly two relevant points for the financial industry. What about the employees of the firms? What is this AI literacy of staff people are talking about?
Deployers of AI systems must ensure that their staff possess a sufficient level of AI literacy, meaning competence, training, and authority to ensure effective human oversight and informed decision-making. This includes understanding the AI system's capacities and limitations, being aware of its opportunities and risks, and being able to correctly interpret its outputs and comprehend their impact to prevent potential harm. The AI literacy requirements also hold for external persons operating AI systems on behalf of the company.
That makes perfect sense to me. Good. Now that we've understood the timeline, purpose, and requirements of the AI Act, what are the next steps?
First, ensure AI Act readiness. Make a system inventory. Ask yourself questions like, where does your company, your departments, subsidiaries, or employees, your suppliers, directly or indirectly, deploy systems or tools that use machine learning algorithms or generative AI? Then perform a risk classification. Do you use AI systems in areas that may fall under the high-risk regulations? Do you use AI systems that may have transparency obligations?
Okay, and then?
Train your team on AI literacy. Make sure everyone fully understands AI's capacities, limitations, and risk. Even if you do not use AI systems as a firm, do not underestimate the risk of shadow AI, that is, employees using AI on private devices. It is important to understand the risks and consequences. We recommend not to wait until the regulatory deadline.
Absolutely. And let's be honest, training your staff in AI literacy is an opportunity to learn and gain competitive advantage. But you better start now. Everyone has to train their staff on AI. How would a proper AI strategy and implementation look like?
Create a comprehensive overview and long-term roadmap where to include AI in your existing workflows. Incorporate AI Act considerations directly when designing AI tools or choosing platforms and partners.
We are coming to the end of this webinar. We've understood what the EU AI Act is, where it applies, and what to do as the next steps. Now, is there anyone who can help firms with these challenges? What can Gerevest offer to support the industry?
We can help you with AI strategy and implementation by designing efficient workflows, building dedicated tools, or selecting external providers. We can support you to achieve EU AI Act readiness by assisting you with your system inventory and risk classification. And we are delighted to provide best-in-class AI literacy trainings for your firm.
How can companies contact Gerevest?
On our website, Gerevest.AI, you're welcome to schedule your individual consultation with us. You can meet us in person in Geneva or virtually to discuss how we can help your firm. You are also welcome to subscribe to our AIX Wealth Management newsletter on LinkedIn. You will find all links in the description of this video. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.